Hey guys, I'm Zama.
And I'm Lanzi, and welcome to
Because We Said So.
Another week, another episode. The girls' meeting has come in.
We are so back. Also, guys, this week, huge thanks, okay? Huge thanks.
Hey.
Not our podcast, not our little community, Because We Said So being notified or recognized as one of the best podcasts of 2025 on Apple Podcasts. We're a little bit huge. We are a little bit huge.
I always say to them, I can't believe I'm part of Wiz.
Like,
whenever these achievements happen, I'm like, is that us or us?
that's literally us.
Shout out to Wiz
That's
for real,
crazy.
man.
Guys, so proud of us. Thank you so much to you guys for always supporting us, always watching, always subscribe, always sharing. One thing about you guys,
Yes.
you share, you repost, you do all the things. So I really appreciate
thank you guys. Like, without you guys, we wouldn't be here. So
Literally.
Shout out. How are you, Z, though?
Tell me, I'm
You have to be
good.
We winners and stuff.
Yeah, it's like, actually, you know what? I feel like that increased my mood because, guys, oh my goodness, impilo yasesentin is not a good, it's not a good impilo. I haven't had water since Tuesday, which for reference has been 3 days essentially. Like, I'm actually not in a good place. It's so much admin to do every single thing.
Sorry.
And I'm confused because I need to now it's the G20. I thought everyone was trying to put their best foot forward. That foot ain't forward.
It's so backwards.
It's so
I'm
immoral.
embarrassed. You guys are busy fixing things.
Like, yeah, so that is my complaint of the week. Like, I'm so freaking bored. But at the same time, it is what it is. I had an amazing spring break weekend, guys, in the East Rand.
Zama came to the East, guys,
so
and we were
much
living
fun.
our best East Rand life. And you know what? Loved it loads. North, you're losing your
Should be they
numbers
losing,
with me.
specifically with me right now. Like, East Rand, baby, you
Every
so
time I
up.
think about like the day I have to move back, I'm like, how excited am I? Like,
Show me, is
really?
it that important to live in the North? I actually don't know.
Show me, I don't know, but gang, sometimes I know. So
Show me East
at the
Rand
end
though.
of the
Like,
day-
I don't want to hold you guys.
Good play. Shout out to the East.
Benoni, all those areas. You guys are out.
Shout out to the East Rand right now. If you're from the East,
Let's see you in the comments. East people, we want to see.
comment. I'm on Kulego.
Yes. Umkhaya wakho ke cousin yenu noviness.
I have so many mkayas.
How you doing, Joe?
Joey, I'm good.
Before we get into pop
It's kind of
culture,
obvious. I'm on the same mood as Zama. Everything is good and dandy, so can't complain. Weather's good today. It's not horrible. So
yeah, true. And we had an amazing, actually, weather day yesterday. Wednesday was
we
actually
did. It was a
really
shiny
good.
day.
So-
The only thing, and fatigue is trying to
Yeah.
knock us. We kind of dying, but you know what? Caesar pushes.
That's what I'm saying. Finding out about this best of 2025 was just honestly all the motivation I needed because I don't want to lie to you guys. Opening my mouth and having words come out of it, it's really tough.
I don't know if we have any thoughts and opinions anymore. Sizabana today.
No, someone like give us some grace, man.
No, please. So getting into pop culture rewind of the week. First and foremost, we have to cook Burna Boy. Burna Boy had a concert, and while he's performing, he decided to the concert because there was a baby girl in the front who looked like she was asleep or looked like she fell asleep, and Burna was like, I need you to wake up or get out because you need to be part of the concert, part of the vibes. And I think that's so sick. He even said the boyfriend must either take her, they must go home. I'm like,
he's not going to continue with the concerts.
Justice for the rest of the crowd. Why would no woman yet on the crowd when there's so many people in attendance? I just feel like he's so arrogant and like,
literally, as a person who's like been the longest Burna Boy fan, like he just keeps disappointing me like every single time. It's so lame because honestly, singling out a person, and for me, I even want to say specifically a woman, like why are you coming at a woman with so much aggression? She's tired. Also, there's so many different scenarios that you haven't even thought that she could have been going through, or maybe situations, maybe she didn't even want to come to the concert. She's just supporting her man. Maybe someone actually did post a screenshot on TikTok. I think it was of the girl who was sleeping, and she was saying she was going through a lot that week. I think someone passed away in her family the week before or something. And I was like, do you see? You've done all of those theatrics for what? The crowd is honestly the people who disappointed me the most.
Same.
Instead of for you to stand up for the girl and be like, dude, she's not leaving. Like, and also,
let's find out why she's
Yes,
leaving,
and also, why should she leave? We all pay to be here. And the fact that she's sitting in the front means actually she paid more than most people in there. Like, she paid more than most people in there. Why the hell should she leave?
Exactly.
I wouldn't have left. They would have had to wheel back out of the security would have had to pick me up and take me out.
I paid to be here, so I can actually do whatever I want. I can even lay down
Literally.
if I want to.
And what
I paid to be here. And also, my thing is, me sleeping, how does it affect the rest of you behind me? You don't even know how
like a
sleeping till
single
Burna Boy pointed it out. So wanting Papel.
No, it's affecting them, Angiti, because he's like, he's not going to continue with the concert unless she leaves.
Yeah.
Unless the boyfriend takes her home. Which I'm just like, bro.
Why?
Did you give me a free ticket to be here? I'm confused.
He's sick.
Did I not pay? Like, that's the thing. Artists, sometimes I feel like, obviously, them being so famous gets to their head, but like, be humble, because at the end of the day, it's these same people that you forgo facing that are actually contributing
the reason
to
for
your
your
life the most.
success.
Literally.
Like, hello,
Lest
that
you
head is
forget.
getting too big, Burna.
Uncle
Tone
him.
it down.
Uncle him.
Speaking of concerts, I recently saw a cute romantic video. Ghana's on tour, guys, which we love. He's even going to come to Saudi. Excited. I will be there. Hopefully, the Cape Town one.
Yeah.
I will be there. He brought Brianna to the stage, and I thought it's so cute. And people in the comments were like, real lovers were back. But then, the embarrassing side of the comments, the South Africans, why, guys? People were like, you better not bring her here. We're happy for you guys, but not here. I see Funya Kelentolana. I'm like, why? What's the problem? And you guys, he's gonna bring her. He takes her everywhere. What's the problem?
Were they not trolling in the comments?
No.
Were they being dead ass?
To be dead ass. Because there were like millions is dramatic, but
a lot of
comments of people saying they don't want her here. It's
Damn, free.
Other people are like, we want to be on that stage. I said, you're Brianna.
I get it though. Show me. At the same time, he's a hot throb. Ghana right now is in his hot throb era. Exactly. Him right after he came back from jail, like he literally has been on his.
He said to be rebrand.
Hot boy. He's been on his hot boy-ish, and also he's doing a lot like to uplift his community in America. All those things.
With those
so I get why Nyamfuna, but also at the same time, like be guided.
Because not Nyamfuna, but Ngimtole. Do you know what I mean?
I hear you.
Whether Brianna's in South Africa or not, Ngimtole. And people say we look alike, so I'm joking.
I said, okay,
Show me that means Ghana's type somewhere, somehow.
You just like those people in the comments. You were trying to
I love Brianna. She must come. Like, I would love to see her with her man on stage.
No, for sure.
Those people being mean in the comments, like, stop. Like, some people even going to her TikTok. I was like,
okay, not too much on Brianna. And also, I feel like Brianna is so out the way. She doing
really
her own
is.
thing. Like, she's cute and whatever. Not too much on my girl. Let her be happy and be in love and do all the things. But I feel like in general, we need to look after or look at thirsting culture on the internet. Like, I get it and everything because the men are hard and whatever, but like, let's also be guided.
Be respectful
that,
and guided.
Yeah, that people actually are actually in serious relationships. Like,
at the end of the day, like, I get he's a superstar and there's access to him, but he's in a real relationship with a person. Like,
and you know this. So let's be guided.
I will be there. We're getting tonight. I'm gonna ignore the featuring Burna Boy now.
Oh damn, Konji is on that song.
He's on that song, Pakistan. But you know what? You'd a rod.
I guess.
Maybe speaking of lovers, Ariana Grande.
Not speaking of lovers. Speaking of lovers is insane.
To me, they are lovers.
To me, like you are.
Guys, Cynthia and Ariana Grande are back in the streets because they're doing promo for Wicked 2. Shout out. Woo!
I can't wait.
Loved the first one.
And
I want to watch it in the cinema because I didn't get to watch this one in the cinema. Need to watch the second one. But obviously people are like, Cynthia, you're obsessed with Ariana.
It's just so weird because also having watched the movie, like what in the movie or in the making of the movie has made you act like this after? Like, I'm so confused. And people are acting outside of themselves because Ariana never used to behave like this. Cynthia never used to behave like this. Like, what's actually going on?
There's something in the Wicked, like, vibes that's affecting them.
Why, though? Like, what were you guys doing on set? Like, you guys were just doing musicals and stuff.
I don't know. But also, even, like, the way Cynthia is just super dramatic about things. Like, that clip where she's fixing Ariana is perfectly fine. I'm Nicholas. Her, like, overreacted to certain things. I'm like, girl, you want to date Ariana.
Oh my God.
She is part of the LGB, so maybe.
But she's married, though. Cynthia's married.
Is she?
Yes.
I don't know they were married.
No, I think she's married. I'm pretty sure she's married.
No, shout out. I know she was dating that's her partner, but I didn't know they were married. But still, you know what? Maybe she just really loves Ariana Girls Girl and like period shout outs. But sometimes I'm like,
not all the time. I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's a thing where she's trying to like take her under her wing and she feels like she's her little sister or something.
Ariana Grande, though.
I don't know. I mean, maybe
she's
that's
huge.
the case because every single 5 seconds, it's even when you see that video that was posted of that guy jumping onto Ariana. So maybe she just feels like super protective over her, probably because of maybe things that they shared with each other during the thing. But obviously to us, it's coming off as like insane, and it does look really.
It kind of looks
like I'm
kind of obsessive.
I was watching an interview of hers. I think they were asking like, Ariana, who's like your favorite person that you've worked with in the industry, like throughout. She's like, Cynthia. Every single answer was Cynthia. I was like, okay, girl.
Mind you, she's mainly a music artist.
Okay, girl.
Sorry to over Nicki Minaj and stuff.
Like, yeah.
She's choosing Cynthia. And you know
Which,
what?
like, you know what, fair. Maybe Cynthia is the best person you work with, but like, do you see why that's weird? Every single answer Cynthia reads,
Do you know
like,
what I
it's
actually
getting weird.
also think it is? If you think about it, Ariana went through this transition where she felt like she was getting bullied for her weight and her looks and all of that stuff. So she went through a hard time in her divorce. I feel like Cynthia then came in and kind of comforted her. So I think that's what's making them super close, which is why they're like crying in every interview or whatever. I think their relationship is super sensitive and emotional. And
But Sana, like it gets to a point. Like everything gets to a point.
Oh, you guys
Even
happy?
when the like an interviewer walk into the room, oh my gosh, like we really needed this light in this room. You really are. Oh, what's going on?
No way. Maybe we strict, maybe we're heartless people.
No,
but like,
for me, I understand being an empath, and maybe she's empathetic to the things that Ariana's gone through. That is so fair. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's like all this other stuff for me, to a certain extent, it's very performative. Like it gives more than it should. Even if someone has shared intimate things, like learn how to
compartmentalize.
Like,
Also, like
to be crash.
we are doing a movie tour right now. Super right, my pitch.
Like you're freaking us out.
They're going. I love like, I'd love to see them just be happy.
Yeah, like, smile.
I'd love to see
Quickly.
them smile, not be emotional and sad
also-
and deep. Yo,
also-
someone's like, oh, like, how's your week going? You know, like, yo.
Dove. And I get the themes that are expressed in Wicked are like deep themes, but at the same time, like, I don't think it's that deep. At the same
think so
time,
too.
they're deep, but like they're not that deep.
Maybe it's deep to them, so be deep, okay, guys.
Is it deep? But not that deep, son. Like, I'm so
Not
sorry
that
to say.
deep.
Yeah.
Then lastly, back on the TikTok streets. So there's a story time that is trending. It's called The Danish Deception. Zama actually said it to me. And I haven't watched, it's like
26 parts.
26 parts.
Who the fuck did I marry?
Literally. Yeah. And I haven't watched it. I just watched like a summary of it. So Zama's more knowledgeable about it. But like, Bafazi.
Down.
Very true.
So basically, it's literally just the story time. Very similar, as I said, to Who the Fuck Did I Marry? If you guys didn't watch that, it's by Risa Tisa. She basically just detailed her whole marriage before and after and during her ex-husband and like
Can't wait
all
for
the
the
ways.
movie.
Yeah, all the ways that he kind of finessed her. And so this story is so similar. It's from this girl. I can't remember her name, but she is an ex-Bachelor contestant. So she was on The Bachelor as one of the singles who was dating The Bachelor. And so she basically just details the story. She met this man from Denmark when she was on holiday. And basically whatever they exchanged details, kumnandi, good and well. Then she goes back home. She's from Dallas in America. Then the guy messages her, like they keep basically speaking back and forth. Then eventually, and guys, don't think this is happening over like months and months and months. I'm talking about weeks, yeah, okay?
Oh.
And then he invites her. First, he invites her. I don't remember where he invites her first, but then she says no, like she doesn't look easy, playing Hazel Cats. Then then he invites her to Monaco, and then she eventually just decides that she's not going to go to Monaco.
I was going to go to.
Yeah, she's fine. She goes to Monaco. Kumnandi. They realize that they're both in the same industry, so she's obviously mingling with. He was there on a work trip, so they're mingling. She's mingling with his work people. Kumnandi. It's delicious. It's great. Kupashash. He also is presenting as a man who's rich. He's also white, by the way. Very important to note. He's presenting as someone who's rich. So he's obviously showing her the high life. She's not spending any money there. She says while she's on this trip with him in Monaco, she has this feeling, an overwhelming feeling of love towards this man, which already I was like,
It's still been weeks at this point.
I feel like it's been weeks. I don't think it's been longer than, let's say, 2-3 months.
Okay.
It's very new. She has this outburst. She starts crying at the table. She says, I love you so much. I'm like, already, whoa, but fine. Okay. Fine, that happens. And then he's like, you know what? I also love you, but like, I don't want to say it right now since this is your moment. Like, I'm meeting you. Have it fine. The next day, she's still out on holiday. And she falls down the steps or something like that. So she has a really bad head injury. She's going to the hospital. Then as she's going to go into like the emergency room, he's like, this is
Nice and shining.
I love you so much. Bored, whatever. So basically the story just details how they do this kind of long distance type situation. And obviously at the beginning, he presents as rich. And then obviously at some point in the story, he starts asking her for money, okay? They get so far in their relationship to the point where they get married, they get divorced, all those things happen. So my biggest takeaway from this, number one, was that, ladies, we should not be so desperado for love. Like, I feel like men can smell desperation on you. They can see, and that's how a lot of the times we fall victim to this. And I will say, I was victim blaming a lot while I was watching, but obviously, like, I do feel bad for because no one obviously deserves that. It's obviously a bad situation to be in, and obviously, like, No one wants to see themselves, and also her family was also scammed out of
Getting
money.
scammed,
He was also asking her family for money. So there was a lot of money that came out of it. But first and foremost, I was just like, no, like that doesn't make sense to me for you to be this like obsessed with the idea of being in love with this guy. Like she
missed
saw
all the red flags.
She didn't even miss them. She saw them, but she just wasn't internalizing them. Like you asking him for money every single day. First of all, actually, he's having a bad day. Kwalondo, why every single day in our relationship you having a bad day? He'll wake up on a random Tuesday. I'm having the worst day ever. Next week, I'm having the worst day ever. Why so logo une worst day ever? When?
Because you're trying to get me to help you.
Like, why is that happening? And also, why is your worst day like my problem every single time?
Every
why
time.
does it need imali?
Why don't you have friends to ask and stuff? Or since you're this business guy, can't you ask other business people to help you? Why does it have to be me?
Mind you, he was saying that he's royalty back in Denmark, all these things. And I'm like, did you do any due diligence and research these things?
Royal family.
Did you research anything? Like, did you do any of it? She was so blind. She said like she was blinded by love. And that's why I was also like, damn, like, how does this happen? I was like, maybe I'm not a real lover because how does this happen? Like, maybe I'm not a real lover.
Fly under my regime.
Dude, like, how on earth... How can a man find you've lent him even Galo 6,000? Nitagwe imali bafazi. That's the other
Maybe
thing.
she's too rich.
Fine, you gave him the 6,000. Good and well. Cool. You asked me for money again. You haven't paid me back, but you asked me for money. How did you bring yourself to ask me for money again
when you still owe me money?
And then I still give it to you.
I was about to say the main thing is I still give it to you. My first question would be like, since you're from a royal family, can't you ask someone from that family
to
assist
say,
you?
no, my parents don't want to help me. Well, I don't want to help you either now.
Also, I've helped you already with the
And I'm still waiting for my 6K. I need to get my 6Ks in.
Show me, like you said,
Show me. That's what I was feeling. I was like, bro, you had so much to give. While you were still owing her money, I remember there was a time for Christmas, right? They were supposed to spend Christmas together. It ends up not happening. Let's say on the 21st, he's like, he has to have a back surgery, so they can't have Christmas together. Show me.
They're married at this point?
No, I don't think they're married.
Oh, okay.
21st, he's having back surgery. That's why he can't have Christmas with her. Maybe a couple days later, he's like, no, he actually can't stay. So he's with his family while he's recovering. No, I can't stay with my family. I'm going back to... So his family stays in one town in Denmark, so he stays in another town or whatever the case is. So he's like, he's going back to his old town. He doesn't want to spend time with his family, whatever, good and well. And then she's like, okay, should I come to you then? So we can at least spend some time together. You're going to be on your own. You're recovering. Like, let me be with you. It's like, no, I actually want to get out of Copenhagen. I want to go elsewhere. Firstly, you just had a back surgery.
How are you moving so much and you had a back surgery?
Cool. He's like, then he's like, no, I want to get out of Copenhagen. Like, I want to go somewhere else. She's like, okay, cool. Where do you want to go? He's like, Paris. He was like, he wants to go to Paris. Cool. She's like, okay, cool. Like, let's go. Like, she's waiting for that soon. Then he's like, can you pay for it?
And she did.
Yes. Is everyone okay? Like, is everyone fine?
She paid for it.
She paid for it.
Amongst all the red flags.
She paid for the flights, accommodation. She said she paid for most things. I said, is everything fine? He had a surgery. She didn't think about that one. He had surgery some few days ago. This is maybe the 27th where they're flying out to go to Paris. He had surgery 6 days ago. You're going to Paris. You paying for the flights, the accommodation. Since he paid for you that other time in Monaco.
So that's her turn.
I said, ladies, it's too much money. The money is too much.
Maybe the problem is that the combination is being desperate for love and then
too much money.
That combo, see, it gives those jokes people make about, oh, nurse, they do anything for their partner.
She was a nurse in that situation. I don't want to lie to you. I kept thinking, where do you keep getting this cash from also?
Also, doing all of that before marriage. So she married him knowing all these things.
Yes, show me. He was apparently even on the day of the marriage. He was like to her, I'm broke, and apparently he got sick.
On the day of?
Yes, he got sick the day before. No, he's not saying it. He's saying it in a joking way, like, oh my word, like, I'm sick and I'm broke. Like, do you still want to marry me? And she was like, yes, I do. Like, I love you so. I said,
back on your feeds.
Get up. Stand up.
No, stand up.
Stand up. Right now. Stand up.
Dove. I didn't know it was that insane.
No, it's so bad. If you guys have not watched
I have to watch the whole thing.
I need you to watch it. I'll even link it, the first part in the episode. Like, you actually need to watch it. It is giving rage bait because I'm like, I don't know what you want us to say. Like, you're mad.
What do you want us to say?
You're actually not.
Now we're going to victim blame.
That's the thing. And like, at the same time, yes, I feel bad for you. I feel bad for the fact that he did this to you, your family. Everyone was bamboozled. But at the same time, oh my goodness, like, it can never be this deep. And people were saying that a large part of it, of the reason also why he got away with it, is because he's a white man. Like, had this been a black man, he would not have gone this far. And even when it comes to that documentary we were talking about, the Netflix one, the reason that these scammer men get so far is because they're white. Black men would never get this far. So point where you're getting married, even he would use situations like the fact that obviously she wanted him to move with her to Dallas. So he'd be like, I need the money because if I don't settle this debt, I'm not going to be able to get a green card. She's like, oh my what, then I need to pay because I need it.
Oh,
Yeah.
because I need you.
Oh my God, ew, why do you need me so badly? Literally, even she was like, when he would leave and go back to Copenhagen, she would be crying for days.
My
Is
God.
everyone fine?
He's clearly fantastic.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what was he doing to you? Like, I need to know.
Me, maybe he's fantastic in bed, in life, in everything, because ain't no fucking way.
He gave her that.
Give me that tea.
Yeah.
He's so his son.
No,
ain't no way.
Actually, no way. This is just
I have to
freaking
victim
love.
game, low-key.
This is love, super
But also,
Meg.
sorry, Queen, all the best. And like, I hope you never fall for something like that ever again.
She actually can't. If she does, Dav. I don't want to lie to you,
It's necessary
Dav.
to also tell these stories so that other women don't date her.
But my thing is, I feel like they get told way too often. Like, we keep telling the same story, and it's like, when are we going to learn as well? Yeah. We need to be more strict with ourselves and have boundaries up. That's why I feel like it's just important to not be desperate for anything in life, because that is when people can like sense desperation on you.
They really, especially men.
Yes, and they will take advantage of it every single time. So we need to do our best to put our walls high. Ibani careful. But anyways, guys, we're going to get into our topic for this week. And it is basically the topic of, if everyone has it, I don't want it. So basically, kind of people devaluing things that when it becomes mainstream, maybe rather say, and when everyone wants to have it, then it's like, oh my God, I don't want to have it because like, why does everyone have my thing? NT ways, the first question I'm going to ask is, what do we actually mean by that concept? So what does it actually mean that if everyone has it, I don't want it? Where does it stem from? Why do people think like that?
I think it's obviously an accessibility thing. I think, one, some people want that exclusivity thing of like, only if you have it, because it makes something more high value to them. Even though something can still be high value and accessible to a bunch of people, people want that whole, only 5 people have it, or only 10 people have it. So the minute more people have it, then it's like, it's not as exclusive. So I don't want it no more, even though it's still a good product. And then also, I think it's a social thing as well. I would say, I want to be seen this way. So if I have this certain thing, people see me this way. But if we all have it, it's a Fana song, and you don't go here type of thing. Which is kind of crazy because these are just items that we all just can buy as people.
100%. Like, and I feel like attaching your worth to materialistic things is so sick. Lame, and just kind of using materials to feel better than the other people. 100%. I was going to ask, have you ever had that feeling, or have you ever had that thought to be like, I don't want to get this thing because I see everyone has it, so I'm trying to be...
Yes.
Yeah, like, honest. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. In the sense that it's wrong.
Yes. But I guess it also, the difference is where it like stems from. For me, it's more like, let's say clothing. Yeah. If I know there's this too, remember that era, that your favorite winter jacket, Truby, that black puffer one?
Oh, jacket of the year,
jacket of the year.
I'll never forget.
It got to a point where everyone was like, oh, everyone has this jacket. I get that, because now we all just look the same at the mall, at the restaurant. Like, I get that. That's okay. So that's where mine stems from. I don't necessarily want all 100 of us to be wearing the same thing. It's not because I think I'm better than you. It's not because I'm like, I want to be exclusive to this item. I just don't want, I want the odds of me matching with someone to be very slim.
Yes.
But also, there's certain things like Sambas, for example. I don't mind if we have the same thing.
Because like, we all love a good
Sambi. Yeah.
100%. So, I think for me also it stems to how it has to do with like also how much I like said product. Do you get what I'm saying? So exactly the example that you're using with Sambas. I'm still going to get the Sambas because I love Sambas so much. But if it's something else where it's like, yes, it's cute, I don't have like an affinity to it, I'm not obsessed with it, I'm not going to get it because now I'm just having it to have it. But now why is it uniform? Do you get what I'm saying? At the same time. Whereas I'm not even obsessed with it. Do you get what I'm saying? If I really like it, I'm definitely still going to buy it because at the end of the day, my wants come ahead.
Exactly right. It's actually based on how much I want it. Because if I really want it, I really won't care.
Yeah.
But if like I like it, but I can do without, I'll probably choose doing without. Because also, I probably won't get a lot of wear out of it because I probably wear it once or twice and be like, yo, everyone at Tempo and Club Como and everywhere is wearing it. Time's up. Now I've bought this thing and I've only worn it twice. Yes. So there's also that.
I also think there's one thing that I always think of when I think about this specific topic is even when it comes to travel, people also have that mindset of like, for example, there's places that people don't want to go to. Everyone's been there. Thailand, Bali, Zanzibar. People don't want to go there because it's like, oh, everyone's been there. So like, oh my God, why would you go there? Dubai even. People also say that about Dubai. They don't want to go there. And that's why I'm always like people need to, as a person, you need to decide and decipher your own likes, dislikes, wants, all those things need to be your own. Because the thing is, if uzohamba ngabantu and what people want to make seem like, oh, you can't go there because everyone's going there, you're never going to do the thing you want to do, and you will never have what you want to have when you want to have it. Because you're busy thinking about, oh, the next person's going to see me as less than because that thing was so nice like 5 years ago. Like, why would you want it? I want it now.
Now what? Say people have been. Like, they've been. I think you should go and then rather say, yeah, maybe everyone should go there. And speaking on that, my uncle calls Thailand a poor man's holiday.
Do you see?
Everyone goes there.
And everyone actually says,
why is it a poor man's holiday? I loved Thailand. I would love to go back and I will be going back.
Like,
what's wrong with it? Just because it's more affordable.
We need to ask ourselves, what is so innately wrong about places being accessible or things being accessible to the masses? Because I think that's what the problem is here, is that people don't want other people to have nice things, and they want to use having access to certain things as an indicator of like being above other people.
Yes.
So I think the fundamental question here is, what is so wrong with people having access? Specifically, like, let's say in our country, we as Black people know how it feels like to not have things.
100%.
So we have been fighting for the right to have access to things. So why now are we now having access to things and we're still now classing people to say, okay, this thing is cool because only us 5 have it. So
Yes.
that's why it's cool. Isn't the idea supposed to be we're trying
We
to open up
all
the industry
have
and
it.
opening it up so that we all have things? Why do we now want to gatekeep certain things so that other people don't have access to them? It's counterproductive, actually.
I agree. And it's also like with certain things, like, for example, homeware stuff. I always see like people saying, oh, our apartments look the same, all our houses look the same, whatever. They're selling the same thing at the stores. So what am I supposed to do? If they're all selling these lamps, we're most likely all going to have the lamps. Do you know what I mean? If they're selling certain bed sets, we're most likely all going to have the lamps. And also, another thing is, maybe to the next person, interior is just a thing where I want my place to look presentable. I'm not necessarily someone who's stylish, creative, knows how to put this there. I just want it to look neat with a couch, a rug, and where am I going to go? Mr. Price Home, where most people are going to go. So most of our apartments are going to look the same because that's how, one, consumerism works. 2, that's how access works. I'm not going to now be like, oh, let me go find this exclusive place because all our apartments look the same. Oh my gosh, is it that deep? And I'm living in it also.
Exactly.
Sorry to say.
You're actually so right, because it's really important to ask yourselves, like, that thing that you're like judging the next person over, do I really care enough about it? You care about it, but don't make it my problem that
Exactly.
you invest your mind and your thought into it. Like, that has nothing to do with
Yes.
me. I was also going to say, do you feel like it's also a thing of people like to be admired? So it's not just a thing of feeling exclusive. You like other people to admire things only on you. Like, you want the attention to be on you. You don't want other people to receive compliments. You don't want other people to be the girls who are also in the know. You want to be kind of the only one who's getting all the attention for having things.
1000%.
Yeah.
That's definitely what it is, especially with like the luxury stuff.
Yes.
The girlies love that. Good see. I have it, so I'm going to be gassed for having it. And then the minute we all have it, I'm kind of losing my spotlights.
Because people are not praising me
people are
anymore
not
for
praising
having
me.
it.
Which is kind of crazy, because why do you want to be praised for having something? I don't know about that. Don't you want to be praised for more things of substance? You know what I mean?
People don't care about substance
Maybe get
anymore.
custom items. I don't know.
Exactly.
Like, I guess you can't want exclusive treatment on items that are not exclusive.
Yeah. And
If
the thing is,
something
nothing is exclusive like that. That's the thing. If you
Nothing
have
is
the money,
exclusive.
you can get it.
If you want an exclusive thing, go get it made. Then cool, you'll be the only one who has it. But if it's something that's accessible to others, the next person will eventually be able to get it. So you can't be banking on that to make you feel like the superstar and stand out. That's kind of a sick mentality to have.
Yeah, and even something that I've noticed is, even when we were growing up, for example, going back to the interior design thing, like our parents, a lot of their houses looked the same. Everyone had the same sofas, the doilies, everything looked the freaking same. You'd walk into a house, you'd see a house and you know exactly like that's a South African house because it
Yes.
looks like one. So my question is, when did we get to the point where we want everything to be so individualistic and everything needs to be, my things needs to be exclusive, no one else needs to wear my this, no one else needs to wear my that. But also, even with that question, I don't want to rope everyone into it because there is still a good majority of us who don't care about that stuff.
Yeah, that's actually such a good point, because back in the day, it was almost like if we all have it, then like, oh, go us. Whereas now it's like if we all have it, because like you said, growing up, all our grandmothers' houses, parents, everything looked the same. They all have that cupboard with all the things that only come out for the visitors.
Room divider.
That was the thing growing up. But now, I'll even say, if I walk into a house and I can see this sideboard that I've seen in maybe 10 apartments, I'm like, oh, you also have it. Okay, that's at home. Cool. Do you know what I mean? But it's like, what is wrong with that? Like, we all buy from the same places. And I'd like to think it should definitely be a thing of, we've all made it, especially with us. Like, once you go from transitioning from being in your early 20s to older 20s, getting your own place and decorating it, you'd like to think the notion would be, oh my God, we made it. We can now buy from at home and stuff. We can all order online from those online boutiques and stuff like that. But it's having the opposite effect. Where do you guys want us to buy from then? Like,
yeah, but I feel like it's so crazy that, because as you're saying, like when we're younger, everyone like was praising each other for being able to reach a certain place. But whereas right now, if you see people, or if you're that person who makes it out the hood, or you're that person who's doing well, people in theory want people to come up with them. But in practice, it doesn't seem like that's actually the case. Like people are not living the life that they say that they want for other people. They're not actually praising when people get to the same level as them. And I feel like in the Black community, that's a huge thing that's coming up right now. Like you don't want to see people doing as good as you. You really do actually want to see the next person down, just so that people can praise you as the one who made it, the one who got out, the one who this, that, and the third.
Yes. And also like when people leave, let's say, the hood, for example, and now you live in the suburbs or whatever, they like the fact that when I go back home in the hood, people make noise about me. They make noise. I've bought a new car, and then the minute someone else is achieving the same thing, now it's like, why? Because the noise was around me. And that's a crazy mentality to have, because we could even spend beside it to send more groceries back home if we probably maybe in the same streets. Send more groceries back home. We know who needs more stuff in that area. But now you want it all on you. But then you're going to be the same person that complains and says, oh, everyone asks me for money. Everyone uses me. But that's because you're flaunting it that way. You love it. Yes. You love the attention of having the money and the access. So don't be shocked when people are now like, okay, my boy, I've got to sing it. Look. Perhaps maybe share the responsibility with others.
100%. And even that thing of not wanting to share the responsibility, I feel like is innately performative, because you're just doing it so that you can be seen as a hero in amongst your family or in amongst whatever community it is that you're helping. Whereas, how's about let everyone do their part so you don't have to feel that way.
Carry that
load. You don't have to feel like you're carrying that load.
Exactly.
But in fact, you love carrying the load because you like people seeing, like you like that God complex that it gives you, where you feel like you're the one who's putting everyone on, you're the one who's the top dog in the family, everyone comes to me, and you like that, being able to tell people that everyone comes to me, I'm the one. Guys, as Black people, we need to do better, specifically in that department.
No, we really
because
do.
What the actual heck? And I feel like, though, this is what I always say, like apartment really did a number on the way that they have made us think, I feel like, as well. They've really, the way that they put Black people down was so detrimental to how we see ourselves. And now we feel like we have to do things outside of ourselves to try to feel superior.
Yep.
It's so terrible. Like that era was so terrible. And the thing is, we still see the effects of it, even in
today.
Just the psyche of our people. Like the way that, or rather the measures that we use to make ourselves feel good sometimes are incredibly questionable. And you ask yourself, like, is it that deep?
What is it for?
Exactly.
And it's the insecurity that they've created. And it's like, I guess, that it all stems from an insecurity of having to prove a certain point or prove myself, or I want to be perceived this way. I don't want people to see me like this. And it's like, first of all, we all go through journeys in life, so it's okay to struggle a little bit. It's okay to not be the superstar in the situation. It's okay to also be maybe at a medium, what's in the middle class, you don't have to be
ground.
Higher than that. And also the other thing is, you don't have to pinch yourself to come across a certain way. Like, one thing about umuntu omnyama, they'd rather go broke so that I can come across a certain way. Niggas will buy Gucci head to toe, knowing what to back at the ranch, galanja, ekaya. Do you know what I mean? Because you want to come across as this guy when you get to Conquer. People are going to see your drip and think, okay, he's soft, but he's really not, because you want to be seen rich in a certain way. And it's like, why is that so important? Because you know that you probably cannot afford to buy this thing right now, but you'd rather do that to prove a point and be uncomfortable for the rest of the month to shine for 5 minutes somewhere. How important is that?
No, but I feel like that's a conversation that we need to wake up, specifically amongst the youth. Like the things that people do in order to gain relevance and to just look like the big dog in front of people are so questionable. And that's the thing, is you will literally go broke every single time trying to prove yourself to these people. Who, at the end of the day, you shine at Konka, kumnandi. You have to live your real life the next day. Do you know that?
Now I'm a boy to cover all these people. The next day, rent is due, baby.
And you know that now. Imagine not being able to pay rent because you have a Gucci headband.
Chovy,
you have a Gucci slide.
You want girls to drink some Verve.
And the thing
that verb is out the system.
The thing is it's not even just men, because women do it as well. They're trying to recruit women each other, sana, and call us small girls. That's exactly what they'd like to do as well. And I think it's even when there was a conversation this week on social media where they say social media dark forces. But these are the dark forces in question.
Yes.
You're using all your power of trying to look exclusive and to look like you've got the hottest things at your own detriment. So now even other people are being influenced to do the same thing. Because also, I think even as much as And as much as I think people do think for themselves, they also do get influenced by the things that they do. That's the thing. Specifically when they see girls who they might aspire to be, and they hear how they get these things, and they're like, you know what, maybe I can do it. Maybe I can buy myself a little Gucci slide and skip out on a meal tomorrow.
Yes.
I'll be fine. Do you get what I'm saying?
And also, like, people forcing themselves in spaces that they don't necessarily belong in yet. Not to say it's exclusive. Obviously, you can build yourself up to be in those circles. But like, for example, a friend will befriend girls that maybe date a lot of rich men or whatever. Now you're trying to keep up with those girlies. You are suffering back at the back at the ranch. Whereas this other girl is a nigga who's sitting her money, or maybe she's successful in her own right. No, you're trying to catch up, and they're going to go to dinner and be like, guys, the bill's about 15,000, we're splitting equally. You're sitting there thinking, what the hell am I going to do now? But it's because you put yourself in that space because you wanted to fit in so badly. Yeah. And you see it a lot, for example, in like reality TV shows. There's always that one girl who's forcing herself in this situation. Like I remember when Drea first came into Basketball Wives, she wasn't balling like that, but it was like you're forcing yourself to sit with Nabo Evelyn and all of that stuff. Now you're uncomfortable, and like, what for? Just for social capital. But like, you suffering at the cost of that. Yeah. Men also love to do that a lot, where now you end up being the ice boy because these other niggas actually have it. You don't have it. Now you look like the boy doesn't have it like that. Girls are talking about you.
And there's really no need to put yourself in those situations. Like, it's one of those where it's like you must know yourself. And if you're going to choose to befriend people like this, know that don't try to keep up with them. Like, do your own thing. Let them do their thing. Because at the end of the day, like, yes, in life, you always maybe get people that are richer than you, have more than you, whatever. What's important is that you know where you stand and what you like and what you value and where you're going to put your money and what your own financial situation is. Because it's important to know yourself before you get into spaces with other people and try to get influences whatever they're doing. Because, sweetie, they've got it, and now you again have to go back and live your real life tomorrow. And then
let's not forget that
again.
Exactly.
What's good?
And also, in most cases, sorry to say, I feel like we are bonagala if you force it.
Yes.
So, is it worth it? I feel like it's more embarrassing to be like, yo, I got that force, than if you just stay in your lane.
Dude, and every single time I'm forced, I'm like, why have I done this? Literally.
Now the next day, I'm like, oh, that was so unnecessary. And I'm still the average babe the next day.
100%.
So what is all of that for?
100%. I feel like it's a really big conversation that I feel like is needed in the Black community. We have to unpack the reasons why we choose to attach such materialistic things to exclusivity, and why also the need for exclusivity is so big in our community. Like,
I agree. But also, I wanted to talk about, there's also exclusivity outside of material things with things like, for example, careers.
Yeah.
There's this notion now that too many people are lawyers, or too many people are doctors, too many people are, and it's like, what's wrong with that? Even too many people are influencers,
because they're trying to gatekeep industries.
And it's like, why must we gatekeep industries, gatekeep jobs? Now people now there's this notion, I see it with like varsity, like with my little cousins, now it's like, it takes like more time, it's harder to choose a career path because you're like, I don't want to do that because everyone else is doing it. Now people are searching for more exclusive jobs, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, why have you added this extra admin for yourself for this non-existent exclusivity? Like, you need to do what you want to do. If you want to be a lawyer, be a lawyer. Don't you force yourself to be a specific type of engineer, for example, because every other person's a lawyer. That's how jobs work. We need all those lawyers. We need them. Like, hello.
Kids are being born every day, guys.
Exactly.
They need you.
For example, how people will be like, people should strive for being entrepreneurs and starting their own businesses. We can't all be entrepreneurs, realistically. The economy needs to spin. The world needs to spin. It doesn't make sense for, obviously, I'll push for it. Be an entrepreneur, guys, start your own thing, cool. But we do need people that do the 9 to 5s. And some people are happy being a 9 to 5. If we all entrepreneurs and trying to be exclusive, one, who's going to work in our companies? One. Two, who's going to do all these other jobs that we need, like doctors who are saving lives, for example? There's nothing wrong with it. This thing of, I don't want to be an influencer because everyone's being an influencer. You're going to lose out on some cash.
Oh, seriously. And also, the thing is, don't take out your desires, wants, and dreams out of the equation now when you're just making big life decisions because so-and-so is doing it or because the next person's doing it. That is insane because everyone is always doing something before. You're not the first person to do anything. You're not the first person to have anything. And the sooner you realize that, the better you'll be able to move in life. Like, you can't let someone else having done it already deter you from doing it, or someone having it deter you from having it. Like,
exactly.
If you like it, if you want it, if your passion is being a doctor, but there's so many doctors in the country. Are you not going to be a doctor? Are you going to change the trajectory of your life to please or to pander to what is trending, what everyone is loving or not loving that year? No, because at the end of the day, at that point, you start living for other people and you're not living for yourself.
1000%.
And we've spoken at length on this podcast about the dangers of living for other people. Like, your life will never be fulfilled if you're always doing things according to what's popping and what isn't popping, according to what's and specifically at that specific time. Because another thing is trends change. Maybe this decade there's a lot of people who are being doctors. The next decade there are none. You could have been the doctor that's still being a doctor, but now
let's wake that up. And also I feel like guys, like anything that starts is going to end up being oversaturated at some point. When we started influencing, actually specifically YouTube, when we started YouTube in South Africa, there were basically almost no YouTubers. There were like maybe 20 max.
Yeah.
We didn't even know, hence, we didn't know what to do, who to turn to, how do you do AdSense, what's the best camera, We didn't have all that information. Fast forward to today, there's a lot of YouTubers, a lot of more people are starting channels, there's a lot more information out there, there's a lot more access. Now people have the steps on how to start the YouTube channel. So now you're going to not do YouTube because of that reason. It doesn't make any sense. So every career at some point is going to be popular or be oversaturated. You just need to do what you want to do. Otherwise, you're going to finish last.
Literally. And you're just gonna, again, going back to what I was speaking about last week, you're then gonna start resenting people, life situations, because you were always living for other people and not doing things that really were aligning with you. And that's the other thing. It's just like sometimes you just need to block out the noise and focus on yourself. Because I think if you listen to what social media is saying, you listen to what your peers are saying, you listen to what your family is saying, you're never ever going to get to a point where you're able to trust your own voice and your own likes and all those things. And you're just going to keep living for other people and living for whatever is trending, whatever's popular at that time. So I think it's really important for people to just have a strong sense of self, self-worth. All those things are things that, yes, they're hard things to get, but it's important that you work on those things as a person. Because then you won't fall victim to all these things that people are saying, Langa Patch.
And also, like, you know, sometimes your parents can pressure you to maybe study a certain thing because that's what they want. So you kind of now living for your parents. I feel like the toxic side of me was to say, guys, like, do what you want to do. They're going to forgive you, do what you want to do. But if the option isn't there, if you can do what they want you to do, eventually somewhere in life, do what you want to do, because you will live in regret. You will be miserable. Yes, maybe you have to appease them to a certain degree. Like, this thing is not as easy as us saying, some situations are not that easy. So, but I think the important thing here is, even if you have to do something that appeases your parents, please try to find something that you want to do that makes you happy. Otherwise, you will live in regrets. And that is not a life worth living. I don't lie to you. And you can't get time back.
You really can't. You really can't. But yeah, guys, in conclusion, genuinely, in life, don't chase things that are just specifically hard to get. Chase things that you like, things that you value. And I feel like that goes for all facets of life. As we've said, materialistic things, when it comes to your personal life, jobs, careers, all those things, be resolute in the things that you want and the things that you like, and don't be swayed by other people. And at the same time, don't use those things to try and class yourself above other people. Go to therapy and figure out the things that you really like about yourself that have nothing to do with materials and things that are outside of yourself. Figure out the characteristics and things that you like about yourself inwardly, so you don't have to look at other things that are outwardly to help you have some self-worth. And some like care for yourself.
In the room with us. And also, like, for the people that do judge other people for liking the same things or whatever, let people have fun. Let people enjoy things. It is not that deep. There's so much going on in life. We can't be worried about the fact that the next person's wearing this and the next person likes this. So I'm judging you. Whoa. Let people have fun. You can do what you want to do. Please,
like, beg yourselves, queens.
Come on.
Leave people to have
fish to fry.
Yes, let people have things.
Right.
Jeez Louise. Anyways, guys, we're going to move straight into our... I was going to say topic of the week. We're literally not moving into topic of the week. We're going to move into the dilemmas for this week. If you guys want to send us your dilemmas, you can send them to us on the Bwis Instagram page. Let's get into the first one. So it says, hey, Bwisties, I have a dilemma. I'm a 24-year-old student. So earlier this year, I met a friend during orientation at school. She's 19. So I kind of take her like my little sister because she's a bit younger than me. And I can tell that she's a bit naive. So she recently started attending this one church. And from outside looking in, I can tell that this church is actually a cult. Her entire life now involves around the church and what they are teaching them. Me and our other friends don't even get the chance to hang out with her anymore outside of school. So my question to you guys is, should I tell her what I think is going on with her at church? And if yes, how do I do that? Because I don't want to come up too strong and end up pushing her away, because I actually prefer keeping her close so that I can monitor the situation and kind of get control over it if things do get out of hand. Because as I said, I see her more like a little sister, and I do have a protective instinct towards her.
Ooh. Cults is tricky. You know what the tricky thing is with the cults is that if you then express that, like, you need to get out of there, it's a cult, they're going to start being defensive and think, you're the devil.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do mention it, it might do the opposite of what the desired result that you want. So maybe staying close to her and monitoring her is the best way. But, like, just watching her being that cult's also dumb.
I think what I would probably do is, like, I would not so much discourage her. I would more so ask her questions that make her question what she's doing. Yes. I would ask the leading questions to ask her, and also I would alert maybe other close friends that she has, or family members, or people that are in their lives, just to be like, ask her some questions so that she can, because I feel like sometimes once you say things out loud and people are actually asking you the hard questions, because they're never going to ask them to you at church. Yeah. And the thing is, obviously, even at church, they often come up with answers. But even now, when you now need to tell me the answer, I'm going to look at you with that face like, sweetie, that doesn't make any sense. Do you get what I'm saying? So that you can also tend to realize and kind of do your own process of unlearning. But also in the same breath, I think you should also seek a professional to help you with this, like a counselor at school or something like that, who can really help you. Because I feel like they have the proper tools that will be able to help you lead her out of the situation.
Because it's a psyche.
Yes, it's a psyche thing. It's really hard to get people out of those situations, especially when they've been brainwashed. And obviously when is younger, 19 is quite young. They want them fresh so that they can brainwash them from the beginning. Because what's crazy, I was watching this YouTube video once, a couple years back, and this girl who was literally a pastor's kid, she got into a cult here in South Africa, in Cape Town. They put her in a cult, and I was like, this is so interesting, because you would think you've grown up hearing the word, like, firsthand interest, so you know exactly what it says. So how can someone else tell you something different and then you believe them? But at the same time, I'm like, justice for you, because I get how they panic your mind and be like, I'm showing you a different version of the Bible that you've never heard before. Like, and you're like, damn, I can't believe, like, you have this knowledge that no one else has about this church. What a fish place. And so that's why I'm like, it's really crazy. Like, cult leaders know exactly what they're doing. They are so good at it, and they know the type of people to get, because literally the fact that they can get someone who you've literally grown up in the word, you've heard the word in the home, and you can still get taken by a cult leader who's telling you something completely, you've never heard this version of the Bible, but you still get taken by it. That means that they know exactly what they're doing.
And I also watched a video on Jubilee where they were talking to people that used to be part of cults. And the main thing they said about getting out of a cult is that you need someone, like a third party, to find a therapist to kind of unwind your mind and do the opposite of what happened, because they know how people manipulate and all that stuff. You're doing it in your own capacity, because obviously their parents would try, their friends would try, but they would always just be like, you guys are the devil, you guys don't get it, so I'm not going to listen to you. You do need a professional person to kind of unwind what's happening. Some people even do hypnosis. Like, it can't be that intense. So it's not as simple as talking to your friend and saying, Joby, I think something's up with your church. It's a very tender thing.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's not a thing we can just say, get out of the church. You need to be asking questions. Get them to interrogate what they're doing. Because I feel like you being the one to tell them, it's not going to work. Like, you're just going to be defensive. Try to get them to do the unlearning themselves, and ask a professional to help you get the exact tools on how you can go about it. Because I feel like they have them much better than we do.
And speaking to, obviously, family members.
Yes, it's also a really, really good one. But also, guys, if you feel like you're in a cult, you're probably in one. Seek therapy. No, genuinely though. If you feel like you're in one, probably. No, you probably are in a cult. Like,
that's so fair. Mine is beehive, your son.
No.
I'm in the beehive cult.
Oh my goodness. No, but genuinely, every single time, like, if you ever have to ask yourself, is this a cult? It's a cult. Get out as soon as possible. Okay, next one says, hey queens, I love your channel, love everything about you. Thank you, queen. Okay, my dilemma is a bit heavy, and I haven't opened up to anyone about it. So I was seeing this guy for a few months. Everything was nice, really liked him, and when we started talking, I mentioned to him that I'm celibate, and if he can't stay with someone that's celibate, he can leave me. Cool. He decided to stay because I'm a firm believer that intercourse should be with someone you love and in a relationship with. Now, forward to this month, I want to take a step further in our relationship and decided I'm ready to fry chips with the guy. So we do it, and I feel more connected to him. Literally the next day after frying chips, girlies are coming out with stories saying this guy is a rapist, abuser, etc. When I tell you I was sick when I found out, I then confronted him about it and asked if the allegations are true. He tried to manipulate me into taking his side. As someone who has been sexually assaulted in the past, I always stood firm on always believing the victim over men in any situation. I broke it off with him and told him he can go die if he really wants to kill himself. Now, queens, ever since I found out about this, I have been sick, not literally. I have zero appetite. I never leave my room unless I'm going to shower or get water, and I can't sleep. I feel used, disgusted, betrayed by someone I finally gave myself to. I am not coping at all, and I've been crying nonstop. I'm thinking worst case scenario because we fried chips with no protection. So stupid of me, I know. I'm so scared I will go to the hospital to go test. I'm so scared I will go to the hospital to go. I'm so scared I will go to the hospital to go test just to be sure I didn't get anything from him. It's been a really rough week for me, queens. I don't know what to even do. I've lost so much weight, 5 kgs from this whole thing. I'm sick for real. I just wanted to vent about my situation. Sorry for the long message, and thank you for giving me the space to talk about my situation. Also, sorry for the grammar and punctuation. I was typing while crying. You're all good, queen. Also, I do not know how to navigate this moving forward. I really feel disappointed in myself for giving myself up to him. I think I'm falling into a deep hole, and I don't think I'm ready to open up to my friends and family about this. Sorry again. This is the last message.
Yo,
Queen.
I'm so sorry.
That is so tough.
I'm so sorry because obviously you went in with your best foot forward and you trusted this person and you went with your instincts. And like, I don't think you should cook yourself too much for that. Like, you did what felt right, and he did the things that made you feel comfortable to break your celibacy. So don't like blame yourself too much, but like, whoa.
I get it, it's tough, but I feel like you need to give yourself grace because it's
You
not like you
do.
would have gone into the situation had you
Knowing.
known all this information about him. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you having known this information, did the right thing, you broke things off with him, you distanced yourself from him, you told him he should go die, you did all the right things. Like, you
Yes.
handled the situation as best as you could. And that's the thing, like, you can only handle a situation as best as you can with the information that you have.
Yeah.
You didn't have the information, and so that is why you made the decision that you made. So you can't chastise yourself because you didn't do anything wrong, if we're being completely honest. Like, everything you did, in fact, is
Was
very
right.
correct. Like,
Yes.
as soon as you found out you left him, you did all the necessary steps. Yes, it does suck when you've held on to your celibacy and now you've given it to someone and you're just like, oh, whatever. But at the same time, you know what? Did you give it to him? You wanted to have sex with him. It was a situation where you felt comfortable. It's fine. Like, it happens, and don't beat yourself up too much about it. You also said that you would only give it up if you were in a comfortable situation. You
were
felt comfortable.
yeah.
And so you gave it up. You respected your own boundaries. That's fine. Like, it is what it is. And the thing is, you can't control what the next person has done or will do to you in the future. All you can control is the right now. And you made that decision with the information that you had.
I agree.
You're just a girl.
Yes. And also, I want us to remember the point of celibacy. The celibacy journey that you decide to embark on is for your own personal reasons. And let's say your reasons are because you don't want to sleep with people easily. Maybe you want to learn more about yourself, appreciate what sex is, respect what sex is, get to know people more without having sex. What a fish pays, right? So when you get to the point where you do break that celibacy, what you wanted was achieved. Yes, the point is not the point of breaking it. I don't know if I'm making sense. You shouldn't focus so much on the day you broke it, but you need to focus more on why you did it. And if you did achieve the reasons why you did it, that's what you should focus on. Don't focus on the fact that you broke it with this person and gave it to this person. You accomplished your celibacy. You did it the way that you wanted to do it. You said you wanted to wait to break it when you're comfortable, which you did. So it's not like you stepped outside of what you had planned to do when you decided to sleep with this person. You did exactly what you wanted to do. So don't beat yourself up over it. Like, you really, really can't. You tried your best.
Yeah, I think she's beating herself mostly with the guy, though. And that's why I'm like, you can't do anything about that.
No, you can't.
At the end of the day, it's like, you would have never done this had you known that he was a rapist and all these other terrible things. So don't beat yourself up about it too bad. And I get being sad about it. Let yourself be sad about it. You can cry about it. It is unfortunate that happens to be the person that you broke it with. But you can't change the past, unfortunately. You have to just learn how to deal with it and move forward.
But I do think, as much as you're not ready to open up about it, I think what's eating you up is not opening up about it. So maybe even if it's just one person that you trust, if it's a friend, a cousin, whoever it is, speak to that person about it. And obviously, based on access and affordability, go to therapy. I do think that will be a big help for you to go to trauma therapy, because I do think this situation has traumatized you, and for you to be able to cope with it, because you have a long future ahead of you, baby girl. And for you to get through that future, you have to conquer the situation right now. And unfortunately, life does place us in certain situations that are not pleasant, that we would have not liked to be in. But it's up to us to place the tools or do the things that will get us out of it. So unfortunately, that's now what you have to do if you want to fight for that future. So all the best.
All the best.
Sending you lots of love.
Yes, you will be fine. Kylie mamas, I swear.
Niggas ain't shit though.
They really ain't shit. Like, oh my gosh.
Put him in jail also. What the hell?
Put him in jail. That's why I'm like, why is he even outside? Like,
put him in jail.
So that the other women don't need to have the same situation.
Especially in height of the movement we're trying to push right now.
Yes.
Put that man in jail.
Under the jail. And underneath. Okay, guys, last one. Hey, queens. I love y'all down. I had to do this with my burner. Don't be shook. I'm so dead. Mind you, the burner... Actually, let me not say the burner's name. You know what? I was like, you know what? Justice for her, but it's so funny. Anyways, so I have a long dilemma. My ex and I were on and off for about 4 years. I'll admit, each time was my fault. I was in my early 20s and I just made a vow to myself to live my best life in varsity and never spend my prime years playing wifey. Long story short, with each on and off, he would constantly come back begging. There was even a time where he begged me for a year straight to fix things. Last year, we were both in separate relationships and we cheated on our partners with each other. Left my then boyfriend because I didn't want to keep doing that to him. This ex and I decided to try things out and he left his girl, but not even 2 months later, I left again and he went back to the same girl. I've worked on myself in therapy and I just want my man back and to do it right. But I fear the last time was his last straw. Should I take my L, or is it just my turn to fight for him like he did for me each time, even though it was always almost my fault. Almost always my whatever. You know what I'm saying?
So who does she want back?
She wants back the man.
Oh.
And you see, they did the on and off thing. So now then they cheated on their partners with each other.
Yeah.
Then they got together. He left his girl to be with her, and then she left him again. And so he went back to the girl. Now he's like, I want to.
Oh no, she's like,
girl,
thanks.
hang it up.
Oh my
flat
God.
screen.
I would like,
hang it up.
Hang it up flat screen for real.
I don't want to lie.
You have to take your L, Queenie. And if it was meant to be, it would have worked out that other time. So
the million times.
Actually, since you guys tried a million times. But also, I do think if it's meant to happen, it will just happen without you putting in any effort or you chasing him or trying to find him. If he breaks up with, or they end up breaking up with that other girl and he wants you
again,
back, he will come and find you
He's
again.
not going to break up with her again, Shomi. He's already broken up with her once to be with you. So he went back to his bangs. Like, he's like,
but you never
clearly
know.
sick.
Also.
Like, no, Shomi. He said, you are clearly sick. After 2 months, you left me again. Also, I feel like let him go, because also you yourself are always the one who's, from what I'm understanding here, you're the one who keeps doing the leaving. Like, he's trying to pursue you and you keep leaving him. So leave, like, let's give him
you
alone.
Not serious.
That's what I'm saying. Like, let him have his happy relationship with his person who can fully commit to him, because I don't think you are ready to do that. And I get it, you're into therapy and stuff, but like, still let him go. Like, I feel like he's probably also traumatized from the situation. Let him go. Like,
because
he seems like he loves you more than you love him. So
yes, because how is he going to trust that when he tries with you again, you're going to stay? Because you're so ready to go. So,
yeah, he does love you, but like, his love for you is to his detriment at this point.
Yeah, no, like, justice for that king.
Justice for that king. Like, that king. His love for you, Iam Kubegi, in life.
So he had to find his other princess.
No, so, stick with that.
Yeah, no, I think. Find a new thing, baby girl.
Literally.
Moving on to musings. This is where we tell you guys what we're listening to, what the boosties are listening to. We have a playlist on Spotify as well as Apple. What are you listening to? ZX. What
guys, this week we are listening to Styx's new album, The Dawn. Oh my word. I love it so much. I listened to it when I was on my way to my spring break in Springs. And that's when I really got into it. But then I listened to it again on my way back. Then was really cooking.
Guys,
you see, this whole week, It's been frying.
Someone literally played it while we were together, and I was like, this better be part of your music because this is
To me, it's too good. So my favorite song so far, because I really have a favorite song. Like each day, I have new favorites.
Real.
But right now, Peace, Love, and Happiness. I'm gonna put that one because it was my first favorite song. So good. Then other one is my recent favorite, which is Styx and Russell Zuma, called Heart's Echo. And another one that I've also been loving is Malunde with Styx and Nucho. I think his name is Nucho or Nacho. Yes. Nucho and Nach. But love it so much. If you guys are into the Calvin Mobile style of music, you're going to love this album. I'm not even joking. It's so good.
So, on the pussy side, obvious, Summer Walker dropped a new album. Shout out. She did side A, side B.
Yeah.
I'm still listening to it, so I don't have any faves yet. But our pussy, she currently loves No and Go Girl. I do love Go Girl.
No, I don't know about No.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
I've only heard it on TikTok mostly, and I'm like, you know, right.
I don't know about
But our pussy loves it. So,
Period, queen.
that's nice. Hey, Stefania, at the end of the day.
Go Girl's a banger.
That
is a banger.
And most people don't like that song. So
That is a good
see
song.
how we're not the same when it comes to music. But you know what? I'm still letting it bump in my speakers. Next week, I will have a favorite. So it will be part of my music. I'm telling you now. What I'm listening to this week, I'm in my Cleo Soul era. I decided to tap back in. Also, I'm trying to manifest her coming. Like,
Uzanini.
please come. Like, all these people are coming, but Cleo Soul. Like,
And
please.
Cleo has so many fans in South Africa. Like,
She really does.
Actually isn't a Cleo Soul fan.
Actually, you're not. Get judged.
Go away,
And I'm putting you on now musings. So the song I'm currently listening to is on her EP Heaven. The song is called Golden Child. Jealous. I love that song. I can't even put it into words. Also, in message. Listen to the lyrics.
In message.
Behind the song. Love it loads. So yeah.
Oh, I love that. Our musings this week is so scrumptious.
It's cute.
I love it. And yours is very R&B. But actually, as per usual, yours is R&B and mine is unsing.
A little bit of something. Check with your R&B last week.
Yeah,
I'll home at some point.
True. And actually, Mr. Taylor came out with a new album that I'm going to listen to. So I'm going to have a gum favorite next week.
Next week should be I'll be Summer Walk. Tell you what I'm like.
Exactly. We always need to be keeping it balanced.
Yeah.
But guys, we have come to the end of yet another episode 29. We're nearly on a 30.
30 dollars.
We are pushing 30 weeks of consistency. Are you guys not proud of us? Come on.
Come on. That's for one of the best podcasts of the year. I guess so.
Hey, but that is why.
That is
and
why.
Didn't I say this in the last episode?
You did.
Yahtzee, we are. And Apple said, you are. We are.
So that's why be delusional.
Exactly. And was that a delusional statement? I don't think it was.
Because it came true quite immediate.
And it just needed a mere
motivation.
I just needed 7 days to cook. That's my favorite part. But guys, we have come to the end of the episode. Thank you so much to all of you guys who made it this far. Once again, please don't forget to like, comment, share as you always do, and subscribe to our channel. We are growing this Swiss community by fire, by force. Thank you so much to everyone who is a part of our community. To you guys who comment, who share, who do all the things. We love you guys.
Love you, love.
Down to anyone who is listening to us on Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. Thank you so much for streaming. Please don't forget to give our podcast 5 stars. Let us know what you guys think in the comments as well. We love to read those. And as per usual, we will see you guys same time, same place next week.
Bye.
Bye.